Item number 8, discussion items. It is item number A. It's our report looking forward into 2010. Clerk, can you, City Clerk, can you please pop that up on the screen? Council, it's very exciting. Tonight we get to roll out our first scorecard of 2010. This is how we plan to measure success when we get at the end of 2010. We can say we check, check, check. Hopefully on each one of these items can say by quarter we accomplished these. In 2008, we had a budget, city budget of approximately $11 million. 2008, we had quite a year that was storming, trying to figure out who's on first, who's on second, and how are we going to get through this. When we get into 2009, we had a city budget that went from $13 million to $11 million. And at the same time, we were dealing with, okay, what's normal with city services? How do we define what's normal on how we do business on a daily basis? And at the same time that we're dealing with an unprecedented economic downturn, and how do we recover from that? And we went through in 2009 many iterations of cost containment strategies as we went from a budget that was $13 million to $11 million. So now that we get into the year 2010, we're looking forward to a year of performing, a year of performance, a year of accomplishments. Our budget in 2010 is $10 million. So you can see a precedence in our city budget just going, it went up and then it went down, and it's even gone down in 2010. So what you see here tonight, we have 18 items that we have reported on that we believe are attainable by quarter in 2010, and we have 11 items that we believe that are also attainable, that issues that we will be addressing in 2010. Council, would it be helpful for me to just tick down through these, or do you have any specific questions on these action targets? So for the
Question.
Okay, Councilmember Trotter.
I have a question. I see that the council retreat and the update of the strategic plan is one of the first things for first quarter. Are you planning on adjusting these targets after the council comes up with a strategic plan that we agree on?
Excellent question. We will definitely add or delete on this document as we go forward and as we get further information. What we have on these targets, which I will briefly go through, my staff was very instrumental in helping us look at the budget that the council has adopted for 2010 with citizen input, looking at that budget, what's it going to take to implement that budget, and in doing that, we have this scorecard for 2010. At first quarter, we have the council retreat and update of the strategic plan. Council members, as I've met one-on-one with the majority of the council, the top two things I heard was, we want to update the strategic plan. We want to do a visioning exercise in 2010. We want to own that document. We want to own that vision. That's awesome, and that's great. We're at that step right now. So that's one of the items we wanted to make sure we had incorporated into the scorecard. So what we plan on doing with this task is to update the strategic plan to bring it in harmony with the priorities of the council. Next, first quarter is to implement the budget revenue enhancements. This will bring the revenue enhancement items identified in 2010 budget to the council for action and implementation. This would include taxes, utility rates, lease or license agreements. Those are just a few examples. Then we have 2010 pavement management priorities. We as administration have committed to bring that forward to the council and bring it forward to the community to see, and then also to show how it's sustainable. So we want to adopt a specific list of street projects priorities for pavement management actions, including crack seal, overlay, and seal coat. Amendments to DuPont Municipal Code 13 Fire Department. Council's final action on amendments, which updates the policy umbrella for operation of the fire department. The next is the stormwater code update. This is the city will update its stormwater ordinance to comply with the new Department of Ecology stormwater standards and requirements. Second quarter, reporting on the water rights transfer. We have the review and analysis has been underway for a potential transfer of water rights from the consent decree area to existing city wells. Results of the analysis and the recommendation will be brought to the council for action. Also in second quarter is to receive the final report from a Blue Ribbon Committee on Communications. I'll talk more about this under the mayor's report, but in short, This committee will be an advisory group of experienced communication experts within our community that will provide specific recommendations for creating an integrated communication strategies and tools for the city of DuPont. We then have the recruitment and hire the finance director. That also is later on in the agenda tonight. We'll talk more in detail. But in essence, it's the preparation of a job description, management of the recruitment process, interviews, background checks, job offers, final appointment must occur by no later than the end of March to ensure an orderly transition within the management team here within the city. Work plan for the tree board, again, we're still in the second quarter. The new tree board is beginning discussion of its mission, goals, and priorities for 2010 and beyond. An initial report to the City Council will occur in the first quarter with a work plan targeted for the second quarter. Mission site transfer with trail markers. This gets into our historical sites here within DuPont. Negotiations are underway for the transfer of property to provide for a trail-accessible historical marker recognizing the proximity of the Nisqually Methodist Mission. Third quarter,